What should your blood sugar look like if you're eating the standard American diet? Or if you're doing a ketogenic diet, carnivore diet, low carb, high fat, snake diet, lion diet? Each of these different dietary measures comes with different levels of blood sugar. So let's get into it. Welcome everyone to my humble life. It is warming up. It is not as cold. It was almost 60 degrees today. So after that weather event, now it's beautiful outside. But I digress. Let's talk about blood sugar. A lot of you guys do not understand how to interpret the data of your blood sugar, your insulin, your ketones. So let's go. Let's break it down. If you're eating a carb diet of bread, pasta, and you're healthy, you should still see a blood sugar between 95 fasted in the morning on an empty stomach, 95 and 110 after the second hour of eating any food with carbs, or just any food really. That's for people who eat carbohydrates. You're not going to see good ketone production because the high glucose is going to negate the ketone production. So you can make ketones, you'll pee them out. Fasting also creates ketones, but you don't use them because blood sugar is going haywire when you fast. You've got to eat fat to train your body to make the enzymes to learn how to break down fat into ketone bodies via the liver. But let's go into the other dietary measures. So to be clear, if you're eating a standard American diet, if you're healthy, you're going to see blood sugar between 95 and 110. Most people are going to see, with a standard American diet of starches and bread and pasta and all that, blood sugar over 120, unfortunately. But what if you don't eat processed carbohydrates and you're doing a low carb, high fat diet or like a paleo diet? Your blood sugar should be between an 84 and a 95. You shouldn't be going over 95. You get to 100, fine. You should not go over 100 eating things like sweet potato in small amounts, parsnip in small amounts, and even white rice in small amounts if you're eating it with fat and protein. These are for people who are still eating carbs, not trying to drive ketosis. But what about no starch or fruit or sugar? If you are not eating any of these carbohydrates and you're doing a ketogenic diet or carnivore diet, if you're doing keto and the only carbs you're eating are coming from cruciferous vegetables, really crunchy, bitter vegetables, the fiber is going to negate how much glucose is entering the bloodstream because your body has to break down the fiber to get to the glucose. And that's too long of a process to see huge spikes of your blood sugar going up, unless you're having a histamine response to that plant per se, which does happen. But if you're eating a piece of bread, there's not much digestion that needs to happen. That means that glucose, that bread can convert into glucose quite quickly in the bloodstream, and you see a very high blood sugar. So the numbers for carnivore and for keto are the same, and that is between a 75 and an 83 milligrams per deciliter. But the caveat is your ketones have to be high and your blood sugar has to be moderate to low, and you just can't have low blood sugar or you might be hypoglycemic. So let's be clear. Blood sugar should be between 75 and an 83 milligrams per deciliter, but your ketones need to be between a 1.8 and a 3.0 with energy. Because if you don't have energy and you find yourself crashing in the afternoon, then you might make ketones for a couple of hours, but it's not consistent, so you're not highly adapted. So remember, if you're dropping out your carbohydrates, your blood sugar has to be incredibly stable, moderate to low blood sugar, but you have to have moderate to high ketones. They have to match. Blood sugars of 75 to 83, ketones are 1.8 to 3.0. Those are considered sweet spots. If your ketones get too high, you're not using them. If they're too low, you're not making enough. And if your blood sugar is low and your ketones are low, you're going to blow up your thyroid. because no energy to be had with low ketones and low blood sugar. Remember, blood sugar can only be low when the ketone production is up and in a sweet spot. You don't just fast or do a carnivore diet, keto diet, snake diet, lion diet, and expect to drop your insulin if you were once insulin resistant. It's not going to happen. You could go through a physiological insulin resistance where your body does not know how to balance its blood glucose, nor does it know how to not be insulin resistant, but rather sensitive. That takes a lot of time, a lot of consistency, a lot of not skipping meals, a lot of not eating foods that drive inflammation, because inflammation spikes your blood sugar. Spike in blood sugar drops your ketones or makes them unviable. Circadian rhythm, so the body knows when to dump glucose from the liver or when not to regulate cortisol and secrete cortisol, or to not to. Yeah, a lot of lifestyle factors. So comment below, are you having a difficulty getting into those zones, those sweet spot zones? Do you feel confused? Comment below. My Instagram is Stephanie Ketogenic. Facebook fan page is Stephanie the Business Person. I do consultations. I've been doing this for a long time, y'all. Long time. So it doesn't matter if you're keto, carnivore, low carb, high fat. I've learned that not everyone can do one diet, so I do it all. I also run a course where I cover those same subjects, keto, carnivore, and low carb, high fat. And I'm out because I got to edit this. I've been hauling hay all day. So your girl is a bit blasted. Not really tired, but just the body's been like kicked. So my next video is going to be about HRTs and TRT and how they're garbage, and that you got to take care of the body, and then the body can still produce ample amount of hormones even if you're getting older. But that's a whole nother video. Comment below, share this content. Don't forget to hit the notification bell and subscribe. And I'm out because it's too late for this. Energy. Peace.